Right now at noon, we are tracking the latest on a violent 72 hours in Indianapolis. A new call from IMPD to put the guns down after several people are killed.
Another pleasant weather day in progress across central Indiana. We're still timing out the return of 90s ahead in the forecast.
Carmel is working to get younger residents to settle in the city. How leaders are making life in Carmel sustainable. Live from Indy, you're watching 13 News. Thanks for joining us here on 13 News at noon on a very mild August afternoon. I'm Karen Campbell. Right now we are tracking temperatures climbing out of the coolest morning since mid-June. Let's give you a live look right now outside over downtown Indianapolis. It's a nice day. It was nice walking into work this morning about 9:30, but we have a few clouds in the skies. And, you know, my question is, are we going to warm up this week and this weekend?
Oh yeah, the weekend definitely here. As expected, it was you could probably call it a chilly start to the day.
Yeah.
I actually had to close the windows, not because of the temperature last night, but the crickets were so loud at the house. They were loud last night, at least at my place here. Let me show you the numbers, and fully expected. Look at these 40s. Crawfordsville 45. Newcastle 45. You can see what we call the urban heat island there. Indianapolis 52, but that's still good for the coolest morning in Indy since June 11th, and just 5 degrees above the daily record of 47 set back in 1950. True of the dry air, it's cool in the morning, but it heats up quickly and efficiently. We're not terribly hot right now. We are comfortable. We're flirting with 70 across the board from Terre Haute, Greenfield, Greenwood at 69. 67 in Fishers here. We still have a pleasant northeast wind, and we're starting to see the the cumulus field pop up a little bit. They'll be scattered. Still plenty of sunshine. This is the driving force of our weather right here. This high pressure coming in from Canada is going to keep us on the quiet side of things and the cool side as well. We do have the weekend warm up. How high we're going in your forecast in a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Sean. This afternoon, we are digging through police reports, providing more detail in that Lawrence triple shooting. And Lawrence police tell us the gunfire that erupted after an altercation between two groups has ties back to central Indiana. Now, you may remember this story. It happened Sunday night at the intersection of East 42nd Street and North Post Road. We are now looking at the third victim in that shooting, who is Juan Escobar, Candido Escobar, and Daniel Uribe all died in that shooting. And now we know the argument started over allegations of murder and a land dispute in Honduras and made its way to Indiana. Lawrence police have arrested 2 people in connection to this shooting on preliminary charges of battery and criminal recklessness. Our team is looking into those police documents and will bring you the very latest on 13 News beginning at 4 o'clock. Well, just hours ago, we learned the name of a 19-year-old man killed in what police are calling a targeted shooting near Crown Hill Cemetery. The gunman that killed Jaleel Deshaun Hurt is still on the streets, and it's leaving neighbors in the area on edge. Take a look at this. You can see those bullet holes here in 2 homes on Udall Street near 29th and MLK. One neighbor tells us she was sleeping on her couch when shots rang out. A bullet went through her couch. Another lodged in the back of the couch, and that's an area where her head was, basically.
It's scary because I got kids that live here. I got a 13-year-old that live here, I got a 10-year-old, and I got a 4-year-old. And normally if my 4-year-old had been here, he would have been with me.
Yeah, neighbors tell us Hurt lived at the house with his sister. He was also apparently sleeping on a couch next door. And we are still working to learn what led up to this shooting. Well, right now, Indianapolis Metro Police are working several investigations throughout the city. Those incidents marked on this map for you here. The violence started Sunday and continued into the work week. At least a dozen people have been shot. 6 of them died. Police tell 13 News some of the shootings are also connected, but investigators are still working to piece together those details. Police are urging the public to put down the guns and find another way to solve problems.
What if that was your life that was taken? What if that was your mom's life, your dad's life, your brother or sister's? It has ripple effects, and it's just tragic.
We also know that 2 separate shootings involved children. While both accidental, at least 2 people have been detained. Prosecutor Ryan Mears says any adult who could be responsible should be held accountable.
When you have these completely, entirely preventable crimes, that's the part that's really disappointing, where we just have to look around and say to us as a community, we have to do better.
And since 2022, Mears says he has charged around 7 to 12 adults in shootings where a child accidentally shot themselves or someone else. And this afternoon, still no word on if any arrests have been made in any of those cases. Well, new court documents are revealing how IMPD investigated and arrested one of their own. IMPD Sergeant Javid Richards is now charged with 12 counts of child exploitation. Police say their investigation started when a tip came from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, leading them to Richards. Police say they used GPS data from Richards' police body camera that showed he stopped outside his apartment one night in mid-July. What followed was hours of Richards on a messaging app trading videos of child pornography. Our Emily Longnecker explains.
Those video files were up to 2 minutes long, and court documents show involved a girl younger than 12 involved in various sex acts. Investigators allege Richards used the messaging app Kik to go into chat rooms with the username Chase Please to request and share the sexually explicit videos with others online. Court documents show sometimes Richards and others spoke in code, using letters like NL to request content. Police who investigate internet crimes say sometimes child porn distributors and collectors use initials to try and go undetected. In this case, police say NL stands for no limits, indicating that someone is open to receiving all types of ages of content, including child abuse material. When questioned by investigators yesterday before his arrest, investigators say Richards told them, quote, "This is embarrassing to talk about." And later, when asked about having a Kik account and ending up in a chat room, police say Richards told them, quote, "I don't even know how I ended up there."
And that was our Emily Longnecker reporting. This afternoon, Richards is still behind bars. His initial hearing on these charges is set for tomorrow morning. Well, an executive order is now in place requiring sexual harassment training for Indianapolis City employees. Mayor Hogsett signed the order after 2 women came forward to accuse the former chief deputy mayor of harassment. Hogsett first unveiled the executive order when he addressed the city council last week. He apologized for former chief deputy mayor Thomas Cook's actions.
His conduct was a betrayal of the trust placed in him as a public official, a betrayal of my trust, and most importantly, a violation of the city's responsibility to ensure safety and well-being for all employees.
The new executive orders require every city-county employee to attend an annual harassment awareness and prevention training program. Lauren Roberts and Caroline Ellert are the 2 women who came forward and told their stories publicly. They sent us this statement saying, quote, "We're glad to see movement on one of the steps outlined in our letter. We hope the new training is effective in giving employees a safe space to learn about their rights." The city of Carmel is trying to entice current and former high school students to come back home. It's part of a new initiative from Team Bounceback, encouraging younger residents to build their future lives in the city. City leaders say with home prices and rent soaring, finding the right place to settle in can be a challenge. Carmel City Councilor Adam Austin says he's working to make sure young people can build a solid foundation for their future.
We can maybe have an influence on what kind of housing inventory we have in Carmel. So we really need to work to create some nice for sale homes, both for people starting off in life and for people who are wanting to downsize.
Austin works on the Housing Task Force. Now, the Team Bounceback initiative is also focused on good-paying jobs. There is a new marker at Holiday Park commemorating the sacrifices made by servicemen and women. It's a Blue Star Memorial plaque paying tribute to our armed services. The group behind this installation says it's all about keeping their service and sacrifice at the front of mind for families here at home.
It's a reminder. It's a reminder that we owe our freedoms to those who serve. And I think we need to let them know that we appreciate what they do.
Yes, we do. We want to thank all the veterans out there for their service. Now, this plaque is one of 63 Blue Star memorials here in Indiana. Well, if you can believe it, the end of summer is nearing, and if you plan to head to the Indianapolis Zoo before then, you'll get to see a new friend. This is Ember, 43-year-old female orangutan. Ember is now one of 11 at the Simon Scott International Orangutan Center. Now, she came all the way from the Pittsburgh Zoo and Aquarium. Ember is now the oldest female orangutan at the Indy Zoo. Can't wait to see her there. Well, WTHR is teaming up with the Red Cross for the Knock Out the Need blood drive. This is coming up August 28th and 29th. You can donate at the locations on your screen. You can also make your appointment right now if you head to WTHR.com/knockouttheneed.